tutorial requires beginner skills, takes about 40 minutes to prep the teeth and about 1 hour to apply everything. We spent very little money on that burlap fabric and some twine. The inspiration for this look comes from the Grim Stitch Factory, an awesome site that creates these amazing masks, so go check them out. We begin by getting our hair out of the way, just like that, and bring out that burlap fabric. There you go. Cut it out in a nice big piece like this that will go over your head. Adjust the size to fit your nugget, and then use a some sort of elastic hairband or something else to just put it away and put it up. There we go, looking all fancy and voguey. Then we continue to cut out another piece of that fabric, something looking like this, and use a marker, or like in this case an eyeliner, to mark out where your eyes and mouth are located. Then simply cut holes for the eyes. And to make sure those holes look roughed up and not so cleanly cut, we go in with our scissors and make small incisions right around the hole, just like that, to rough up those edges a bit. Looking good. And we split that in two, hold it up to our head again, and then we are basically using the line from our mouth to start cutting out additional pieces until we have something going towards, yep, a more rounded version of this. And again, we rough up the edges, so in the end you should have two pieces looking something like that. And of course we will use those extras we cut off as well. To attach this, we are using liquid latex. If you are more comfortable with a skin adhesive, use that instead. And don't get that latex in your eyes, of course. Simply apply that fabric. Make sure your eye is in the right position there with the hole. The same thing on the other side. Then we use one of the leftover pieces and cut out a little bit of an L shape, something like that. Again, roughing up those edges. Then it's the same process again, liquid latex to attach those pieces, and we attach it to the back piece as well, not only our skin. And as you see, we have made a cut there in the middle of the piece, right there, and that enables us to simply fold one edge there neatly up under our jaw. Of course, you are free to experiment with these pieces, have as many or as few as you like. We just went ahead and did this sort of at random, placed out those pieces and just made sure they were roughed up on the edges to keep the same look going and keep them from looking too tidy. Now let's put some color on our clown, and we begin with a black, and we need to make these panda looking eyes all dark with that black eyeshadow. And we also drag that color out onto the actual burlap fabric, which adds to the scare factor of it. Alright, and we also go in around our mouth, of course, and we look really awesome. And this shout goes to Zuki Spooky. Lots of color and awesome creations there on this account, so go check it out and give her a follow. Back to the colors, and this time we're going for a white hairspray color. You can of course use any watercolor or any kind of color you have that is white, or well, whatever color you want your clown in. And we head back in there, push in some more of that black around the eyes, and it doesn't really matter that it looks roughed up with the mixed colors there. It's kind of the point to keep this looking scary. So we go in with darkness and black and all the edges there of the fabric. Everywhere there is an edge, we go in with black. And to switch this whole thing into clown mode, let's go for some blue. A blue eyeshadow here, and we drag that out upwards and onto the sides of the eyes as well. This is a really rough work because we want it to look that way. It should not be tidy, so big fluffy moves there. Then switch to red and go for the mouth, and we need to open up and add additional color there for the skin underneath. And this is actually a perfect look for you if you're not into all that detailing work, because this should look really rough. Heading on with a twine, and this can be anything, an old shoelace if that's all you got. Just simply cut them in nice pieces and let them go over those edges there. If you want to be really crafty, you can actually stitch up those pieces for real, but this approach was a lot faster, simply using the liquid latex to attach those pieces. And there you see we mixed them up a few different colors and thicknesses, and yeah, it's your project, do as you like. And Scarecrow in Swedish is fågelskrämma. For the nose, you may need to get creative. We found this little bow tie from another dress we had. It's like a silky kind of fabric, and there is cotton inside it. So we basically used that. But for you, find what you got, make a little nose out of cotton or whatever you may find. And then we paint this sort of dark red, and we continue with that dark red tone in vertical streaks around these edges and around the eyes, much like we did in another clown back in last year, I think. To give our little stitches some extra depth, we add a bit of dark eyeshadow on the edges there. Make it look like they actually go into the fabric itself. It's not gonna look that way really, but adding that darkness adds to the whole 3D effect of things. And we go in with that dark eyeshadow and shade away on the jawline. Then of course time for that fake blood, and you can basically add that wherever you want. We go for a big chunk and a lot of mess around the edges here as well as around the mouth. We also go on top of our head, and yeah, basically all over the place if you want to. Your creation, your rules. Some bloody tears there. And then we go in with a little extra darkness there to really deepen that tone, and also to add to that shading along the jawline. Now we start to look really awesome, and all we have left is to put in our awesome monster teeth. And be sure to check out that tutorial on how to create these monster teeth super easy using Ellimorph plastic without any glue, without nothing. Simply just put the things together, throw on some paint, and you have killer teeth in a jiffy. There you go. That's one amazing looking rat or clown or scarecrow, or what is this? As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone and everyone on the internet to help us grow. And tell us in the comments what you loved, what you hated, what you want to see next. And of course, don't forget to watch that video on how to create those monster teeth in a super simple and easy way. Take good care everyone, and see you soon. Bye. Love you.